How about joining me in a glass of beer?
Beer and tea. That's all I need.
Listen, I want to talk to you about your drinking.
What happened? I mess around?
No, you didn't mess around.
Ask me a brew, I'm 40 out to do.
Once I'm drunk, I make a lot of things happen.
Once again, it's down south or down to back crew. I usually crack a brew when it's time to run. Hey, motherfuckers!
For those that can drink, just drink and keep drinking.
Blunt to 6 packs. Enjoy the fat track. That's a little something to break the monotony. I drink 20 40s, smoke 40 blunts. Instead of 5 mics, I'd rather have 5
And then late at night, I catch a buzz getting away.
no shots, drink up and conversate. In the background banging, it's a funky break. I give it to you raw out the speaker.
Deep Crates here for the Crate Show. We're in the middle of March Madness, Tape Madness. Shout out to Killer Tapes and everybody tuning in. Last week, when you checked us out, we had the tournament begin with Africa Bambaataa versus the Lords of the Underground. Then we had the Beatnuts versus the Lost Boys. That was a great game. Big Daddy Kane versus Mad Lion. Big L versus Mellow Mayonnaise. Biz Markie versus Nas. Black Moon versus Nice and Smooth. Boogie Down Productions versus 9. And we also had the Notorious B.I.G. versus the Booyah Tribe. This week, we're getting into some of the brackets out west. Digital Underground versus the Far Side, sure to be a Western Showdown classic. The Diggable Planets versus Pete Rock and CL Smooth. De La Soul versus Paris. CPO versus Outkast. CMW versus the OGC. Cellar Dwellers versus the original Jazzy J. Casual versus Original Flavor, and Capadonna versus NWA. The first 2 brackets and rounds have been established. You saw the scores. We're gonna get into some more. Let's go. Yeah. Deep Crates back with more March Madness. Let's get into it. Highland Place Mobsters versus Steady B. Ooh, there's a good one. Helter Skelter versus Smooth the Hustler. Grand Poobah versus Spice One. Grandmaster Flash versus Smith & Wesson. The Ghetto Boys versus Sir Mix-a-Lot. Good one there. Oh man, Gangstar versus Show and AG. That's probably the game of the week, no doubt. Funk Dubious versus Scarface. Another good one. Fat Boys versus Run DMC. Sure to be a classic. Eric B. and Rakim versus the 16th seeded Roughhouse Survivors in that bracket. Whoa, Eazy-E versus Redman. Time for some action. The Dream Warriors take on Raekwon. What? That's a crazy game. Oh man, Double X Posse versus Public Enemy. D-Nice versus Prince Paul. Oh shit, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince take on the Poor Righteous Teachers. And the end of the bracket for that section, Disco Rick versus MC Pooh, aka Pooh Man. March Madness keeps on rolling on. We got one more set to go. Deep Crates coming at you with our final brackets for March Madness. Tape Madness. Lord Finesse versus the Wu Syndicate. LL Cool J versus the Wu-Tang Clan. K Solo versus Willie D. KRS-One versus Houdini. Oh man. Cool G Rap and DJ Polo versus the Skeezer Pleasers, UTFO. The K9 Posse versus Ultramagnetic MCs. J-Roo versus the Ultramagnetic MCs. This can't be right. Fuck. So that means J-Roo is going against Tribe Called Quest. Ice-T is going against Third Base. Ice Cube is going against Terminator X. And there you have it. March Madness. Let's check out the scores. And I forgot to mention, these two tapes were given buys in the first round because of their outstanding records. Brand Nubian and Jay-Z have a first round buy. March Madness tournament. Let's check it out. Deep Crates here, coming at you. We'd like to first take a moment of silence, though, and recognize everybody that was injured in last week's game between the original Gun Clappers and Compton's Most Wanted. The game was stopped due to gunplay after the tip-off and Compton's Most Wanted scored. Gunfire erupted, and the game was halted due to the National Crates and Alcohol Association rules. So that game was stopped from gunplay. That's why you saw the score 2-0. We're getting into the second round this week. We've got Africa Bambaataa taking on Casual. That's a good game. You'll see the scores posted here. I'm announcing them. They're playing them right now. The Beatnuts versus NWA. Big Daddy Kane versus Steady B. Big L versus Spice One. Ooh, Nas looking a little beat up from his match with Bismarck Key last week. Is going against Grandmaster Flash. Black Moon versus the Ghetto Boys. Oh my goodness. Boogie Down Productions versus Gangstar. Oh shit, Biggie Smalls versus Scarface. The Far Side versus Run DMC. What? Pete Rock and CL Smooth versus Eric B and Rakim. A 4-man classic battle. De La Soul versus Redman. Oh shit. Outkast versus Raekwon. Brand Nubian versus Public Enemy. Dang. Cellar Dwellers versus D Nice. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince versus Ice Cube. Wow. MC Pooh versus Ice-T, another Western, spaghetti Western showdown. What may be game of the week? Lord Finesse versus A Tribe Called Quest. Damn. What? Wu-Tang versus Ultramagnetic MCs. K-Solo versus Cool G Rap and Polo. What? KRS-One versus Jay-Z. And that'll end us off for March Madness this week. You see the scores. If you guys are wondering, the formula is quite simple. We can break it down for you. So, a lot of you diggers out there might be wondering, how do we arrive at these scores? Well, it's really simple. For those of you who haven't watched, we did this back in season 2, I believe. Tape Wars. It was a little more heavy metal oriented. Thrash hardcore, if you will. Yeah, but so it's real simple. What we do is we take the number of members or members in the group and we roll a 20-sided die that many times. So if there's, say, 2 members in the group, like the Dream Warriors, we roll 20-sided dice twice. So say you get 40, 20 both times. Wow. So boom, you got 40. Then we take the number of albums they did. They put out 4 albums as the Dream Warriors and a compilation. So we'll give them credit for 4. That multiplied by the 40 gives you 160. Then we take the year they were released in, which I believe was 1991. If anybody sees it on here. So 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 9 is 19, plus 1 is 20. So we subtract 20 from the 160, and then we get 140. Then we subtract the current age or age at time of death. So like their first album dropped in 91, so now that's pretty much almost 25 years ago. So 140 minus 25 is 115. You get the idea. Then we factor in other albums by members of the group as solo artists, or perhaps under different names. Ultramagnetic Cookie. But it's a very simple formula. I'm sure you understand. So, and our action figure of the week, Winslow Shot. Yeah, first appearance, Action Comics number 64. You might know him better as the Toy Man, from the Challenge of the Super Friends Toy Man. They've redone him in another look, but this is the Toy Man that I know and love from the Challenge of the Super Friends show. Shout out to Winslow Shot. Open this bad boy up. I always like the Toy Man. Here's a better look at him, Winslow Shot, aka the Toy Man. Action figure of the week. The CRATEShow, Winslow Shot. Challenge of the Super Friends style. Legion of Doom, motherfucker.